Hello and welcome to another update video about oil. In this video I'd like to take a look at the Brent oil that we always take a look at, but also WTI. So I had a few questions and definitely a few questions about if I couldn't add WTI as well. In the end, it's not too much work because they move very much alongside each other. So let's take a look first of all at Brent oil, and it finally broke into our target area further. That has been the objective and the target for a few months now, that we come down lower, lower, lower. So far in this entire movement since June 22, actually I think I talked about those prices already back early in 22. So 1 year ago I talked about the current prices. Expected it to be a little bit lower even, but we're getting there now. Yeah, we're getting there. We broke below this important support, and we've been waiting for that break out of the range, back into our support area now for a few weeks or months. Actually, it's been hovering in this sideways correction since December. So I'm really happy that we finally see this movement. Yesterday I made an update because we saw a break of the trend line finally. And we're coming down basically as expected. So few people were already panicking here because it did rally a little bit, but that's just corrective stuff, overlaps. We talked about it. Yeah, maybe a triangle, a B-wave triangle. Nothing that would change the assumption here, and nothing that would call out that a low has been, or that the nothing that would make us think that a low has been made already. Price action was not convincing enough for that. So from that point of view, we are back on track here to the downside. And this is sort of how I can imagine it's going to play out now in this 5-wave structure to the downside. It's of course now still very early here in this possible C wave, or the larger Y wave, or the wave 2. The overall wave 2 is the entire correction that basically started here in March 22. And we've come down into this larger support area. This is and has been defined a year ago, I think, and it's based on Fibonacci support levels for a wave 2. Now that we have broken into the range and started the C wave, as soon as we have the first retracement of this impulse to the downside, basically this wave 2, as soon as we have that, we can calculate targets for the third wave. Yeah. So for me, this is not over yet, and I'm waiting now for the retracement of the wave 2. It looks to me like we could get a little bit more of another squiggle to the downside out of this. Probably not too much. We're already oversold, so there will quite naturally be some kind of a corrective move to the upside. When that happens, I mean, this can always extend out, right? But when that happens, it will give us a better idea of the targets for the next waves. Currently, I can give you an idea of where the wave 2 should go to, but obviously I don't have a confirmation that the wave 1 is finished to the downside yet. Yeah, so I can't really give you a very, very good idea. Oh yeah, wave 2 is definitely going to go into this area. Not really, because if this wave 1 goes a bit lower, as you can see, the targets will shift as well. Not massively, but they will shift. So should we now make no new low and go up, then we should go into the region between $79 and $83.50 to complete the wave 2. A break above a break above $83.50, so the 78.6 retrace, would make this assumption unlikely that this is still a wave 2. The wave 2 should stay below the 78.6 retrace. Now we have this very clear trend line on here. I wouldn't be surprised if we move up, retest and confirm the trend line from below, and then sell off further. But note that a move above 83.50 will indicate that we have something more bullish going on here. But at the moment I cannot see that. Then if we get into this region and turn around, we should see the third wave to the downside and follow further the path to the downside. Oil is a great example of timing. It's very hard to forecast, or let's say predict timing in Elliott wave, because this B wave just took a long time. Yeah, but if people don't see the follow through immediately, they get nervous. So over the last few weeks, I had a lot of comments, oh, it's going to go up. A lot of people believed the bottom was already in, but no, it's don't make assumptions too early. There was at no point an indication here that a low was in. I could have imagined maybe a larger B wave, yes, but so far, you need no signal, right? No signal yet. I'll let you know when I see it. Now let's take a look at light crude oil futures CL1. That's basically WTI. It's a very similar account. It's just that prices are basically a bit different. So it doesn't need an entirely new analysis. So let's take a look at this as a WXY pattern as well. And then we came down here in an A wave. This was also a B wave. But okay, so it is slightly different. Let me just think. No, I would count the A, B, C. Yeah, not a triangle, but just a B wave. And then the C wave would unfold now to the downside. It's the same story here. Yeah, I mean, price is now 68.27. Looking at Brent, that's 74.40. So you can see there's a price difference. I can understand why people ask for WTI as well, but it's not much more work in terms of the analysis. So also here, I'd like to see 5 waves down. We also have a similar trend line on the WTI chart as we see on Brent, and here you've got the same trend line. So I wouldn't be surprised to move up in the wave 2 to retest that and confirm basically that previous support as resistance. That would also work quite well with Fibonacci levels. So here, if we use the same Fib levels as we did on Brent, then you can see this is now the area between 73.42 and 77.77 that the price should reach. Ideally, now it doesn't need to get there, but it would be likely to see at least the 50% level in a wave 2. But again, similar story to Brent. There is no confirmation a bottom has been made yet. We see a little bit of a counter reaction, but it's too early to confirm. So this move up is currently not stronger than any of these counter reactions that we've seen on the way down. But yeah, the idea would be to get into this region, ideally retest the trend line and then come down further. So also here, I'd like to see further sell-offs, maybe into the $40 region. And that might be here on the Brent chart. We talk here maybe about the $50 region. So they move in very similar ways, very similar structure. It's just the price that's slightly different. Okay, that's my update about oil. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.